thank you for doing what you did a couple weekends ago. You were just awesome. Thank you for that. Truly appreciate it.
No, thank you for inviting me out. When I got the call, they said, "Hey, Rich Eisen wants you to run RunRichRun for St. Jude Hospital," and I said, "All right, let me go get my cleats," because it's just such a special thing that you've been doing for a number of years, and I was excited to be a part of it and get back to those kids. And
then you brought your whole family. I mean, did your phone blow up on Saturday when it came out that you ran the 4.48 RG3?
Yeah, Rich, it did. And my family being there was special. I have 2 of my 3 daughters there with my wife to enjoy that whole experience with you guys. And yes, the phone blew up as soon as the time went public. Everybody was telling me, you're 32 years old. Why are you out there running 4.40s? Go have a sandwich or something.
Did any of the speaking of 32, any of the 32 teams give you a call after seeing the 4.48? Robert, any of that happen?
Rich, you always know how to make the microphone sing. So very good analogy there. And yes, I did get some calls because of that 4.48.
No kidding. Really?
Yeah, got some calls. It was I wouldn't say shocking, but when it's been 10 years and a number of wear and tear on the body, so to run 0.07 slower than I did the combine, I think that piqued some teams' interest.
Okay, and do you have any interest yourself, Robert?
Rich, yes. I'm a young guy, 32 years old. We see guys like Tom Brady playing till they're 45. Now he's got 7 Super Bowl rings, so that kind of plays into that, and I don't have any. But the desire to play is still there. And, I've just been blessed that ESPN has given me an opportunity to do what I've done for the past 8 months in the broadcast world, while also understanding that, I still have a desire to play.
Okay. Well, you know what? This would be awesome and an incredible development if something does lead to anything. You just share with whatever you want to share. Like, would you be talking about like mini camps now or training camps in a couple months and this very fall, obviously, with clock's ticking? Robert?
Yeah, the clock's ticking, and after being out of football for a year, the likelihood of being able to get back in goes down significantly. But I did that in 2017 when I was out at the age of 27 and came back with the Baltimore Ravens. They gave me an opportunity to go in there and be a mentor for Lamar Jackson. So we'll see if one of these teams that have a young quarterback want to bring me into the building and kind of be that for their young guy. But, you'd be talking, off-season program, mini camp, training camp, all that type of stuff. But, like I said, ESPN's been phenomenal.
Of course.
Putting me in these high-profile spots. Was able to cover the draft this past weekend. The thing we haven't talked about is, how the process of running at Rich Run and then going to do the USC spring game all went down.
I just mentioned that. I just mentioned that in the segment previous, Robert, that we thought when we heard that, you had your job to do, that meant you weren't going to run, and you were like, what do you mean? and you made it work, and I can't thank you enough for that, because you running the way that you ran added so much more buzz and attention to this and a viral nature. But the one thing that people didn't see is your generosity with your time. And, you talking to Alexander and his mom who was there, and this is the 11-year-old boy who got a clean brain scan just 3 weeks before running, and his mom thought, we'll never see that again a year ago, and now we were all watching it together. It was really cool, Robert. Really.
Oh, appreciate
Truly.
that, Rich. And, Alexander was incredible. There's so much that people don't get to see from the entire experience that we have, and Alexander was awesome the night before at the dinner. His mom explaining, the whole process of what St. Jude does for these kids, and even more so for the parents of these children, to kind of put them at ease as they go through this difficult part of their life. So to be able to go out there and you say I was generous with my time, Rich. You were generous with moving the time up, so I did have an opportunity to go out there and run and do it for the children. So when it was announced, I pretty much came out and said, we went out there and ran for the kids, and I was truly honored and blessed to be able to do that. And thank you for including me.
if you could wave a wand and say your situation, obviously, again, you're terrific at what you're doing broadcasting, and ESPN is terrific in having you in the positions that you're at. But in terms of playing, like if you could wave a wand, what situation would you be looking at? Robert Griffin III. You deserve it. So what do you want?
Yeah.
Let's speak it into existence.
Yeah, we can speak it into existence. I mean, I've been reached out to from a plethora of teams, but going back home to Texas with Dallas Cowboys, I know a lot of Washington fans don't want to hear that, but that would be a great situation for me. The Atlanta Falcons being there with Mariota and Ritter would be a great situation for me. And going to Chicago with Justin Fields to try to help as much as I possibly can in that quarterback room would also be a great situation. But right now, the beauty of it is that I'm in a great situation with ESPN, and I don't ever look down upon that, and I don't take that for granted. Like I said, they've been phenomenal to me and my family. So I'm happy with what I am doing. But if an opportunity did arise, I do know that they understand that I still have that desire to play, and I would go do it.
Well, if it comes from being part of Run Rich Run, it would be my honor. It would be my honor, and just, again, for you to do what you did and be so terrific about it and so giving of your time. You deserve it, Robert. I appreciate it. Really do. Very much.
No, I appreciate that, Rich. And the run wasn't about me. And
no, I know.
I try to tell everybody that asked me about it. It was about doing that to highlight what St. Jude is doing.
You were
for
all
these
about
children and their families. So it's I really am honored. As soon as they asked me, I said, "Are you serious?" Like, easy. I'll do that in a heartbeat, because at that point, it's in the grand scheme, it doesn't matter if I ran a 4.4, a 4.6, or a 4.9. Obviously, the 4.4 gets more attention, but it's getting more attention for the right reasons, and I'm excited and happy for that.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.